Sir Marcus Brigstocke was then speaking as the whistle went, gained an extra point for doing so, and he's moved forward. He's still in fourth place, but he's moved forward. Stephen, we'd like you to begin the next round. Oh, dear.
Oh.
What frightened me as a child? 60 seconds starting now.
What frightened me as a child were Nana Mouskouri and Demis Roussos. Their enormous Greek faces in my dreams would come surging out of vats of hummus and tarama salata, singing, "Those were the days, my friend, I thought they'd never end," as they lifted up high into the sky on pita bread wings, dripping their dips all over my Tottenham Hotspur duvet. And I lay curled there saying, "Please, no, not the Greek." I've said, face people. Oh.
Sue, you challenge first.
Repetition of Greek.
Yes, I think they all saw that one. And you've got the subject. You have 29 seconds, and it is what frightened me as a child.
Doctor Who frightened me as a child. Davros in particular, with his studied metal skirt and incredibly old face. Stairs, of course, were the things that were totally put paid to his world domination plans, but as a child I had no idea that such a simple thing could prove to be so utterly disgraceful. Why I've used that phrase, I've no idea. It didn't make any sense.
Marcus challenge.
As Sue pointed out, it didn't make any sense.
Didn't make any sense.
So there's deviation from what she was saying. You have a correct challenge, Marcus. You have what frightened me as a child. 7 seconds starting now.
What always frightened me as a child was any sort of challenge involving speaking in front of other people, particularly for a set amount of time. And it's a fear that I haven't ever...
So Marcus Brigstocke was then speaking as a whistle went, gained that extra point. He's moved forward. He's in third place, equal with Paul Merton. Stephen Langer's 1 point behind. Sue's out in the lead. Oh, and the next round is a lovely subject. The Owl and the Pussycat. Yes, Edward Lear. I've got a whole show about him. I know these poems. They're so lovely. The Owl and the Pussycat went to sea in a beautiful pea green boat. They took some honey and plenty of money, wrapped up in a £5 note. The owl looked up to the stars above, and he sang to a small guitar. "Oh, pussy, my love. Oh, lovely pussy. What a beautiful pussy you are, you are. What a beautiful pussy you are." Pussy said to the owl, "You elegant fowl, how charmingly sweet you sing. Oh, let us be married, too long we have tarried. But what shall we do for a ring?" They sailed away for a year and a day to the land where the bonnetry goes. And there in the wood, a pittywig stood, with a ring to the end of his nose, with a ring to the end of his nose. "Dear pig, are you willing to sell for 1 shilling your ring?" Said the piggy, "I will." So they took it away and were married next day by the turkey who lives on the hill. And then hand in hand, on the edge of the sand, they danced by the light of the moon. The moon. They danced by the light of the moon. Well, thank you for that endorsement of my show.
How does it go?
It went very well. The audience loved it. They don't disappear like you lot did.
I was just trying to get hold of some tickets for next week.
I like your tribute to their boat in the form of a jacket.
Yeah, it could be pea green. Yes, it could be. They sailed away in a year and a day.
Oh, not again.
Paul, we'd like you to take the subject. And there are 60 seconds as usual. The Owl and the Pussycat, starting now.
Well, I just thought the beautiful rendition that Nicholas Parsons gave of that magnificent poem by Edward Lear, The Owl and the Pussycat, was really an extraordinary example of the artistic qualities of our magnificent... I can't say it. I don't believe a word of it. I can't say it.
Oh, Paul, and I believed you to begin with. Sue, you challenged first.
It was a hesitation.
There was a hesitation. So you have 47 seconds, and you have the subject of The Owl and the Pussycat, starting now.
Edward Lear, a glorious, absurd, comic master of the poetic form. And that's all I know.
Mangan?
Hesitation.
Hesitation. So you have 40 seconds. Tell us something about the owl and the pussycat, starting now.
The owl and the pussycat went to sea in a beautiful pea
God,
green
not you as
boat.
well.
They took some honey and plenty of money wrapped up in a £5 note. But if you've ever taken the product of bees encased in Queen's coinage, you'll find it gets very sticky after a while.
Marcus challenge.
Yeah, deviation.
Right.
Well, it was £5 note, isn't it? It's not the Queen's coinage. Very difficult to wrap honey in coins.
So, Marcus, a correct challenge. The owl and the pussycat's with you. 24 seconds available, starting now.
I once had a pea green boat and I put an owl and a pussycat in it, and unfortunately the owl attacked the cat and the whole thing ended horribly. But it didn't stop me from enjoying them setting
Stephen,
sail.
your challenge.
Hesitation. He said...
Well, there is now.
He said,
So what was your challenge?
Hesitation. He said, but
Oh, he did, yes,
Yes.
he did, yes.
I meant butter, the delicious...
Stephen, a correct challenge of 12 seconds. Tell us more about the owl and the pussycat, starting now.
I was known as both owl and pussycat at university. Owl because I was nocturnal and wise and ate mice.
Sue challenge.
I was at university with Stephen. He was drunk. He was silly. He wasn't wise. He simply was so deviation from fact. And I know that.
But
I'm not having that.
We don't know that, do we?
I do. I was at college with him.
I think we have to give his impression of what he thought he was like at college.
He was an animal.
Well, he was two animals. He was an owl and he was a pussycat.
Now, I'm going to give Stephen the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
And say you have 4 seconds, Stephen. The owl and the pussycat, starting now.
And pussycat because I used to wear a
Paul challenge.
Well, he's very good, but it was repetition of because. Because we had owl because and pussycat because.
Because.
Which is a bit tough.
So, Paul, you've got in with 3 seconds to go on the owl and the pussycat, starting now.
The owl and the pussycat looked at each other across the divide.
The situation now is that Sue Perkins is still in the lead, and she's way ahead of Paul Merton and Stephen Mangan, who's second place, and Marcus trails them by just 2 points. That's all. And Sue...
So I'm in third, though, out of 4 possible
You're in
places.
third place, yes.
Yeah, tremendous.
And, Sue, will you begin the next round? The subject is spreading rumours. 60 seconds, starting now.
2 years ago, I spread a vicious rumour that Greek was bust. Greece! I'm an idiot!
Stephen Mangan, new challenge.
Hesitation.
There was a hesitation. Stephen, you have the subject of spreading rumours. 56 seconds, starting now.
Spreading rumours have plagued the margarine industry for years. The rumours being that margarine is... Yes.
Sue challenge.
Repetition of margarine.
There's too much margarine there,
margarine.
yes. And Sue Perkins, another point to you. 49 seconds on spreading rumours, starting... Oh, I've got hiccups.
Repetition.
Oh, no. It's not a good idea to have hiccups in the middle of a live television show.
Are we live? Oh, my God.
So, Sue, spreading rumours is now 49 seconds, starting now.
After spending an entirely innocent evening in a bunga room with Silvio Berlusconi, a very unpleasant rumour about me was spread. Namely, that I could be purchased for lira or euro in a new money for any evenings with former...
Marcus challenge.
Yes, hesitation.
There was a hesitation,
Yes.
yes. Marcus, you have 33 seconds on spreading rumours, starting now.
Spreading rumours is an awful, terrible thing to do, but my God, it's good fun. For example, many people have told me stories about Simon Cowell and just exactly what he prefers, but I can't say what those things are here. Those would be...
Paul challenge.
Write it down.
So, Paul, what was your challenge with the rules of just a minute?
Oh, I haven't got one. Hesitation.
He did hesitate,
Yeah.
yes, well done. You were quick there, Paul. And you have the subject, spreading rumours, starting now.
When a major event occurs, something like the assassination of John F. Kennedy, there are rumours that abound that there was some conspiracy involved. The American public couldn't believe that their president could be taken out by a lone gunman. Lee Harvey Oswald was the man who was actually accused of the crime, and it's fairly clear that it was him involved because...
So Paul Merton was then speaking as a whistle when gained that extra point. He's moving forward. He's in second place behind Sue Perkins, who's in the lead. Marcus Oh, it's time for tea. That little tinkling bell tells us we have time for only one more round. Right, Marcus Brigstocke, it's your turn to begin. Training a crab to walk forwards.
They're playing right into your hands, Marcus.
Yeah, I know.
Right. Marcus, you begin. Training a crab to walk forwards, 60 seconds starting now.
Training a crab to walk forwards is not an easy thing to do, but it puts me pleasingly in mind of Sir Arthur Strebe-Griebling's attempts to make ravens fly underwater. That was created by Peter Cook, and it always made me laugh. However, I have trained many a crab to walk forwards. The trick is to convince the crab that they're drunk. This is not an easy thing to do, but one of the ways you can do it is by swaying about and offering them a kebab, at which point the crab will usually begin to veer in your direction, and then you start waving your arms, jumping up and down and punching the side of a police van. That's usually a pretty good indication that you've had one or two too many. So the crab is then excited by what you're doing and thinks, well, I probably am, and begins to teeter in the rough direction of what you're doing at that stage, which is pretending to be blind blotto. That's such a head of steam up. Yeah, it's good.
Oh, and you win for 49 seconds. You do all the hard work and somebody comes in and takes it from you. Sue, what was your challenge?
Hesitation.
Unfortunately there was, yes. But we enjoyed it.
Oh,
so
me
I
too.
think you should, as it's the last round, you should have a bonus point for 49 seconds. Yes. So you get another point for a correct challenge, and there are 11 seconds left, starting now.
Surround its flanks by angry, hungry lions. Then you'll find it'll move forwards with surprising speed and skill. Or strips of bacon latticed over the top as if you're about to move it into an oven.
So Sue Perkins speaking as a whistle when gained that extra point, and the final situation, oh, an extraordinarily fair one. Sue was out in the lead, but in second place, equal, was Stephen Mangan, Marcus Brigstocke and Paul Merton, all with the same number of points. So a round of applause for the seconds. And a round of applause for our winner today, which is Sue Perkins. Then it arranged me to say a final thank you to these four fine players of this game. And so it's goodbye from this delightful audience here at the Television Centre. It's goodbye from me, Nicholas Parsons. And join us again the next time we take to your screens and play Just a Minute. Yes!